and welcome back to Unpopular Reefing. Why so unpopular? Well, it's because I suck at fish keeping, everything died, and it's all my fault. If that depresses you, maybe don't watch this video. If you want to find out how I became the Dr. Mengler of fish keeping, please hang around for a minute. So this is my tank. All the fish are happy, vibrant, full of life, but within 2 days of this photo being taken, every fish in it will be dead. This is my tank as of today. The aquascape should be rather familiar, but the obvious absence of fish can't be covered up by adding a few extra clumps of seagrass. So what went wrong? It's possible I got a bit overexcited when setting up this tank, and I didn't want a repeat of my last attempt in which an amphipod plague wiped out all of my plants, so I added the fish as a preventative, perhaps a bit too early. They were enthusiastic eaters, but perhaps the twice-a-day feedings were also excessive. When I checked my nitrite and my nitrate, the levels were fine. One of the advantages of having a macroalgae tank is that they sort of take care of themselves. However, when I checked my ammonia, I got a surprise. My ammonia levels were lethal, and that is how I find myself with a fishless fish tank. Though it is not truly fishless. I still have these two guys that seem almost unaffected by the ammonia rise. I'm not sure if they're different species or just male and female of the same species, but they've been hanging out on this rock together a lot lately, so I'm hoping they might breed. My anemones, also they're doing quite well, but that's mostly because I've been feeding them all the dead fish that have been floating around on the top of my aquarium. It would also appear that just like my last trip to Thailand, I've got crabs again, in spite of my best efforts. I can't ID this guy, but if you've watched my prior videos, then you'll know that I have a trepidatious relationship with crabs. And this guy's living on borrowed time if he thinks he can roll around my tank eating all my fish. Let me know in the comments if you also hate crabs, because I'm keen to hear from other cabophobiacs, which I am assured is the correct term for people with a fear or hatred of crabs. The worst thing is, I don't even like the taste of crabs, so I can't exact my revenge on them by eating them. I also seem to have manifested a sea hare out of nowhere. I have kept one of these before, and in spite of the fact they are slugs, and they do emit a toxin that can wipe out your entire tank, they're actually quite engaging creatures. This guy, by the way, isn't a suspect in the recent fish kill. Because of his size, I doubt he would be able to release enough toxin to take out a 300-litre aquarium. But if you get enough of them and they're large enough, then I'm pretty sure they probably could. I like this guy because he's red, and he's only red because he's been eating all the red algae that I have in the tank. Normally they're a boring greeny-brown colour because they eat greeny-brown algae. I just have to make sure he doesn't switch diets and start becoming more bland in his coloration. Okay, that's it for this update, so stay tuned and I will be back with a well-stocked ammonia-free aquarium that will blow your minds. And if it doesn't, I will send you a free crab in the mail.